I always say selling on Alibaba.com is kind of like being at like 5 trade shows at once.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform.
About 50 to 60%. My export business comes from Alibaba.
Going from doing one order to doing 20 or 30 orders in a 1 or 2 month period, the platform speaks for itself. That's just weight in gold.
I mean, when you do a good job with Alibaba.com, buyers from everywhere around the world, they will know about you. And I can now develop and export my product in over 45 countries.
Once I started with Alibaba, I was able to reach people all across the world, like Tanzania and Kenya and Africa and the UK and Germany.
I'm selling product in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Great Britain, and a host of others. I wouldn't have reached those customers without Alibaba.com.
Selling on Alibaba.com has gotten easier than ever. Introducing our new flexible payment plan options. When you sign up for an Alibaba.com seller membership, choose between paying annually or quarterly. Regardless of which plan you choose, get the same seller service and all-encompassing suite of features that make us the world's leading online B2B marketplace. With 0% commission taken on sales, keep the customer relationships you make and profits you win. Conduct business the way you want to. Build the business you've always wanted, now with more flexibility than ever. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere.
Sell on Alibaba.com.
They made the onboarding process very, very easy. Once I paid my fees, after that, I don't need to worry about anything. If you have a product and you want to sell on international market, I would say you should not wait. You should just reach out to Alibaba.
We've been able to seal a lot of deals just using the platform. The best thing that Alibaba does really is the support that you get, because it's a whole new world once you get on the platform. Eric Cross and his team, they really helped me and my team navigate the website, you know, what to do, what not to do, the best practices. So that really, to me, is like one of the greatest assets to being on the platform.
I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience.
Alibaba.com team is absolutely amazing. They were always there, making sure that I understand the platform. They were smart, very reactive whenever I had a question, and they were so patient. And as I continue to grow the business, they continue to connect me with experts to help me with specific business questions.
Why we got such a fast sale, I would attribute it to Alibaba's onboarding team. They've done a really great job building our store for us, and that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is they know what they're doing, so we trust them to do their job.
Hi, welcome to this webinar today, Design a Powerful Omni-Channel Strategy for Selling B2B. My name is Jessica Chen, and I'm a marketing manager here at Alibaba.com. I'm zooming into you guys from New York. So today, and if you have any questions about this webinar has a really interesting topic. If you have any questions about this, make sure you put your questions in the Q&A box below. You should have access to it. And you can ask your question at any time, but we will answer everything at the very end of this Q&A session, especially for that, so don't worry. Before we begin, I usually like to first get to know our audience a little better, so thank you for joining us again. I'm going to do a short, brief poll. There's only 3 questions. So first, I want to learn a little bit about you. What are you thinking of doing on Alibaba.com? Are you looking to sell products, source products, both sell and source, or neither? As you may have heard before, this webinar series happens every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and it's meant to educate people on what it's like to sell on Alibaba.com. That doesn't mean you can't do sourcing, or this wouldn't help you with sourcing. But our job here with the webinar is mostly to kind of support you and teach you more about selling, because I feel like that's a topic people know less about. All right, so and Nicole. Share results. Thank you for answering the question. It looks like a lot of you guys are here to both sell and source, and also to sell products, which is great. Thank you for answering the question. That does help us a lot. Next, can you tell us a little bit about your business? What kind of business are you? Do you consider yourself a manufacturer, a wholesaler, distributor, or retailer, or something else? As you may have been able to guess, these kinds of business types are the types of sellers we often have on the platform. Our platform is business to business, so it's nice to know like these are the kinds of businesses that tend to do well on the platform. All right, I'm gonna give you a few more seconds. All right, thank you. I'm going to end the poll now. Okay, so now we're sharing results. So it looks like most of you guys are wholesalers and distributors. There are plenty of really cool wholesaler distributors on the platform and a lot of retailers as well. All right, let's go. Finally, what would you like from us? What are you looking forward to learning about in this session the most? So one is, what is an omni-channel strategy? Why Alibaba.com is a suitable channel to add to your omni-channel strategy? What makes Alibaba.com different from other e-commerce platforms? How to reach international markets using Alibaba.com. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time for this question because it's a little bit more complicated. But yeah, it's kind of cool to know where everyone's at with this very interesting and kind of different topic than we usually do here on this webinar series. So yeah, we're always trying to do something different. And again, if you have any questions at all over the course of this presentation, just use the Q&A box below and we will answer everything at the very end with a Q&A session with me and my colleague Jim. All right, I'm going to end poll. Share results. So it looks like most of you guys are curious about how to reach international markets using Alibaba.com. And also why Alibaba.com is suitable for your omni-channel strategy. So both of these topics will be covered extensively in this presentation. So great. All right, thank you for participating. And because we just learned a bit about you, here is a brief video to explain a little bit about us in case you're not familiar with Alibaba.com. All right, enjoy.
Unleash infinite business opportunities with Alibaba.com, the world's largest online B2B marketplace. With over 40 million active buyers, 300,000 daily inquiries, important business deals are being made around the world all the time using our platform. Best of all, we take 0% commission on your sales. By signing up as an Alibaba.com supplier, you keep the money you earn, every single cent. Now is the perfect time to sign up. Professional onboarding services can get you started faster and with less stress than ever. Take advantage of classic Alibaba.com features, such as attracting buyers from over 200 countries and regions to your online store, where they can reach out with inquiries about your products. There's also no need to worry about language barriers. We translate your store and messages into 15 languages so you can communicate with the world with ease. Proactively net orders by browsing and responding to sourcing requests on the Request for Quotation or RFQ market. Any relationships you gain from reaching out to sourcers on the RFQ market are yours. Finally, attain exclusive data-driven insights and 24/7 customer support from our team right here in the USA. We'll help guide you to success using proprietary insight gained from our over 20 years in online B2B sales. Because of these features, Alibaba.com has become the wholesale B2B platform trusted by US suppliers. Grow with us no matter your business type. Now, it's easier than ever to start selling with our new flexible payment options. Let's make it easy to do business anywhere. Sell on Alibaba.com.
All right, hopefully that was helpful. Now I'm going to briefly go over the contents or the agenda of this presentation. First, we're going to talk about and give a brief introduction of what is an omni-channel strategy. Then we're going to talk about how Alibaba.com's role is, what Alibaba.com's role in B2B omni-channel strategy is. Then, if you are interested, it's going to continue to talk about how you can get started selling on the platform. And then finally, we'll address all your questions in the Q&A. As a reminder, remember, we encourage you to use the Q&A box at the very bottom of your screen to ask your questions. We will answer everything in this fourth section. So without further ado, let's welcome my colleague, Jim Kuo. Hi, Jim.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi.
Yeah, thank you so much for your introduction. So, hi everyone. My name is Jim, and I'm so glad everybody joined the seminar. Webinar today. And I just give you a little bit my background. I was work for a trade show company, and I was in charge of 15 different trade shows. But the COVID hit, so that's why I changed to Alibaba, and I was shocked because I'm the kind of old-fashioned guy. So when I joined Alibaba, I saw, wow, my God, this is another world. A lot of like buyers from different countries, they actually use Alibaba. So okay, just a bit introduction about myself. So let's do the first. What is the omni-channel strategy? So I believe everybody is you are the expert here. So let's just talk about the definition here. So omni-channel is a cross-channel content strategy that organization used to improve their user experience and drive better relationship and sales across all the possible touching points. So I think essentially it's involved like integrating and coordinating the various communication channels that business use to interact with your clients, so that the experience is seamless. So for me, I would say like really simplified. I believe everybody know the integrated marketing communication, and you have your existing sales channels. If you combine it two together, it's an omni-channel. This is kind of like a newer thing. So they want to like give your clients to give you a seamless like a user experience. So can we go to the next slide, please? So this is like a different channels. If you can see the comparison. So the first is the single channel, multi-channel, and the omni-channels. So for the single channel and the multi-channels, they mostly they focus on the business interact with the clients. So the business organizations is a centralized. They got to connect to all the different clients. But in the omni-channel, it's actually the clients are centralized. If you can see that the clients it's actually in the middle. So the things like we got to have all our omni-channel strategies all together and integrated together. And the clients, they don't have to repetitively to communicate with different channels. If we go to the next slide, you can see what is omni-channel look like. So this is really simplified. So for the omni-channel, they can be your own website. Let's say you have your own digital storefront, and you have your mobile app, and you have your own social media platform. Let's say you have an Instagram, Facebook, etc. And you have your digital marketplace. So the digital marketplaces can be your Amazon, Walmart, fairs, etc. And you have your email campaigns. They're part of your marketing strategy. And you have a chatbots. And then you even have your physical stores. So this is different channels and they combine with different strategies together. So if we go to the next slide, you can see why Alibaba.com is we are how we fit in your omni channels. Because I'm sorry, if we go to the previous one would be great. So the Alibaba.com is like because we as the if we saw that introduction clips, we can see we got to help you to create your storefront, and we have our app, and we even can redirect our traffic to your social platform to increase awareness, impression, etc. And of course, we can part of a digital marketplace. And we have our email system, and we even can show all the clients information to you. You can make a phone call to your clients, and all the buyers' information you can export to your own CRM, and they can integrate to all your ecosystem. and then we have our messengers, and then we have a chatbots as well. We don't have in this commerce e-commerce thing, we don't have a physical store, of course, but this is why Alibaba is so fit in your part of, or we should part of your omni-channel strategy, because we can do everything just one place, and we don't need to do everything together as well, because a lot of big brand, I'm sorry, I cannot give the name, they don't care about sales. They only care about how much traffic we can bring in to them, or the business buyer traffic can bring to them. So they will redirect our traffic to their own landing page to increase their impression for their own website. So I would say Alibaba.com is not e-commerce place, it's everything. And let's go next slide, please. And what does omni-channel look like? So as a B2B company or B2C company, I believe you already have a multi-sales channels, or you have your omni-channels. But the omni-channel is not only just like a, having different sales strategy, allow you to diversify your sources to get sales, but it's also allow you to diversify your offering too. I think the most important is like we're going to set up environments to let your clients have a better, greater experience and a seamless communication way. And it's got to help your business become more sustainable in nowadays, in the long run. So let's go next slide, please. So I'm going to introduce what is Alibaba.com and give you some insight and the data, because Alibaba.com is so, we have been running for 24 years, and this ecosystem is too big. I don't want to, I don't want to bore you, so I will really quick. So and what our role in part of your B2B omni-channels. So this is some data for you. So we have 150 million registered members in the whole world, and we have 40 million active buyers log on Alibaba.com every day. So for the active buyers, it's like they got to log on Alibaba.com every day. So that we call them active buyers. And we have 300 million product listing. So basically you can find everything on Alibaba.com. And every day we have 300,000 increase. Just keep in mind, so we're not a B2C sales channels. We are the B2B, pure business to business platform. So the increase, this is really huge though. If you think about one increase can be just one container of the products. So this is huge. And then we're not include message yet, because the message can be like 10 times more the increase. And we, our buyers come from like 190 plus countries or regions. And actually now the most updated, we have 19 like a real-time translation languages now. And we have 6,000 product category. And as we mentioned that before, you probably can find anything on Alibaba.com, everything. You can imagine, from the raw products to the finished products. For the some products is our business service. Okay, let's go next slide, please. So this is 6 reasons why you want to, let Alibaba be part of your omni channels. So the first is like we got a high traffic value, and we can generate leads from everywhere. So the things like a lot of, because we're not just e-commerce platform, we are the part of your omni-channels, or we are the omni-channel by itself. So a lot of big names company, they see us, they don't care about sales, they care about how many leads we can generate for them. So they see us as a digital trade show place. So that's why they love on Alibaba.com. They want to like find the buyers, let's say from Mexico, from France, etc. And then we are cost effective for you. We don't take any commission. Not like others e-commerce platform, we take no commission from you. And the most important things like we're gonna to, talk to you and customize the operation model just according to your business models. Let's say if you want to generate more sales, we have to adjust that. Oh, you want to do more marketing, the brand awareness, etc. So if we go to the next slide, please. So now it's the most important is like where our buyers come from. So in general, our top 10 buyers is from, the first is from United States, and then UK, Canada, Australia, Mexico. But this is for the general. For the each different category, they have different setting too. So for the next one, you can see why buyers want from Alibaba suppliers, because they have so many different reasons. So if we go to the next slide, please. So for Alibaba.com, we are the big ecosystem. So the buyers can be the manufacturers, because for the manufacturers, they're looking for raw materials, and once they finish the products, the wholesaler, the retailers, or some some corner shop owners, they're going to contact for those sellers as well. But the most important, this is like a 7 competitive edge for the US suppliers. A lot of buyers, they're looking for like a white label service, private label services, or because in the United States, we are really creative. We have a lot of like a cutting edge technology, and we have a lot of new products. They're looking for unique and new products as well. If you have a finished products, and of course, the famous brand, we have a lot of famous brand, like, Microsoft, they used to be our clients. The things like, if I want to find a Microsoft like business computer, and I want to like 2,000 pieces, I want a good price, I definitely will talk to the manufacturers, because you want the cutting all the layers, right? And the local supply, this is really important now, because over the course of pandemic, the global supply chain has been changed. So the things like a lot of local suppliers, a lot of local buyers, they don't want to wait for 45 days, ship from other country. They want right now. Probably their minimum order quantity, MOQ is not that huge, so they don't want to talk to someone from other America, because it's about reliable, because it's about the trusted word, and it's about, I think the most important, we're going to link to this, it's about the better quality and the better service. For example, if you sell the auto parts, a lot of or medical devices, the things like you want to have a post-sale service, the buyers need you the services, but a lot of outside of American suppliers, they cannot provide that, or really hard to provide that. And another things like 40%, 30% to 40% buyers is actually from North America on Alibaba.com. So even you don't care about global marketplace, you only want to do the domestic market, they still have a 12 or 13 million from North America. So the next slide is like this is another reason why we want to be, why we should be part of your Omni-Channel and the marketing strategy as well. As I mentioned that before, the things like a lot of companies, they think we are the digital trade show place. If you go to trade show, you probably spend like $50,000 just for the space, and you not think about the construction, the shipping fee and the hotel fee, etc. And for the trade shows, they have a geography limitations as well. But Alibaba.com, we are centralized everything. We are the global marketplace. That means like once you are here, you got all the business leads to come to you. They want to talk to you. They want to negotiate with you. This is a really amazing platform for those business goals companies. And another things like for the small business, or for a lot of business, they don't have capacity, to expand their business like globally, or expand their business countrywide. And Alibaba.com give them that ability to expand their sales channel. If we go to the next one, please. So that's why Alibaba.com we play a really unique role in your omni-channel strategy, because the things like we can customize your needs. If you want the data, if you want the centralized data or marketing campaign, we can do that. Or if you want to generate a lot of business leads, of course we can do that as well. So that's why we want to know more about your business, because every business is different, it's unique. That's why we want to customize we want to know your needs and customize Alibaba.com to match your business goals. So the next is like what's our digital tools can boost your customer business. So again, we got to help you to create your storefront on Alibaba.com. So this is one of your omni-channel. That's why we mentioned about Alibaba.com by itself, just the omni-channel. So we got to give you all the product showcases and the 19 language translation, and we're going to give you a keyword advertisement. So we have you can unlimited to list your products. So if you're the manufacturer or you are the distributor, that is great, because you're gonna to list. I will encourage to list all your products, all your category on Alibaba.com, because this is one of tip. One SKU is one page on Alibaba.com. Let's say if you have 200 SKUs and someone have 20 SKUs, means you have 10 times organic traffic than 20 SKUs supplies on Alibaba. Yeah, I'm sorry, because they have so many I can talk. We can talk to, and the things like you have a real-time messengers, and this is the RFQ market. It's a request for quotation. These functions I love the most on Alibaba.com. So we got to go to a little bit detail in later slides. And let's go to the next slide, please. So the next slide, you can see we just mentioned about this is an example for the 19 languages. We got to help you because we are the global marketplace place, and one key point for the omni-channel strategies, like we got to create a good experience for your clients, the user experience as well. So the one thing's like we're going to support you is like let's say this is olive manufacturers. Some of the clients, let's say if they're from if they're from France, they can click on one of the drop-down menu to change all the interface to French. So that's why we mentioned about how we help you to create a storefront as a global reach. This is one of the feature I like to mention. So for the next, we mentioned about you can unlimited to do your product listing. So if you can see that they have a tool like a red square. So I know you probably think about, oh my, this is just $1. How can I compete with those those manufacturers? But don't worry. The things like on Alibaba.com is totally different than B2C mindset. So for the price, it's not a final deal. For the price or the price range, just just a reference. I want to say that because the things like if you can see your right hand side that red square, you can see if the clients want to have this price range, they have to order 5,000 pieces. This is minimum order, so we call this MOQ, minimum order quantity. So the mindset is totally different than end consumer, the B2C sales channels. So let's say you are the manufacturer, you are the brand owner, you have a lot of distributors and it's exclusive distributors. You don't want to on Alibaba.com and make them angry, right? So a lot of big brands, they will set up the price range, so nobody knows exactly what their price exactly. If they want to know, they got to contact you. So the things like they always have to contact the sellers to get those final deals. So that's why we are the inquiry base. If you don't want to sell to somebody else, you don't have to sell. So, and some of suppliers, just, I shouldn't say that, but I just want to let you know, their price, they probably just want to catch, buyers' eyeballs. The price is not final sales, so they just set up a really like a low price or lower price to get the traffic. So this is one thing. So for the next, so like how supplier and the buyers can connect on Alibaba. So they have 3 ways. So the first is search, of course, So they're going to enter the keywords to search on Alibaba, and to, let's say, but Alibaba.com is really great. For each product, we're going to give you the long tail keywords. So each SKU, you can type into the 128 keywords. Why this is so important? Because you got to like increase your searching index. The more keywords you put in, the relevant keywords, people just will search your keywords, right? So the second is like an RFQ market. It's called like a request for quotation. So I'm going to explain this a little bit more. So the RFQ market is what? Let's say I'm the buyer. I'm super lazy. I don't want to go through like 200,000 suppliers on Alibaba. I don't want to, do any negotiation. I don't want to call them, email them. I just want to, let's say I'm the olive. I want to buy like 5 tons of olive. And how can I do that? That is make Alibaba so powerful. I'm gonna to just like post my inquiry on on RFQ market. So let's say I want to 5 tons of olive, and all the ingredient or certification I need from the sellers. And as a seller, if you go to trade show, if you go to any e-commerce platform, we just like passive to waiting buyers to contact us, right? But on Alibaba, you don't have to do that. You can put active to reach buyers you like to contact to. So I saw that inquiry on the RFQ market. I just contact the buyer. I say, hey, I'm the big olive manufacturers, or I'm a big olive distributors. I can do that for you, and I can upload my products. I can upload my storefront, and the conversation just start from there. And the things like you will know all the detail about these buyers. And they have some examples show later on. And I just mentioned about another way is Messenger, because the Messenger is like in the B2B world, the time is really important. So you want to replay the buyer's message as soon as possible, because one buyer, they probably will contact at least 3 suppliers to get the quotation, right? So you want to be the first one. You want to be, you want to let buyer know, you will have a good service team. You are care about their increase. So you even can put your business WhatsApp number to our Alibaba seller portal. A lot of my sellers, they're doing that. So they got a lot of quick sales. So if you can see the next page slides, you can see the one example for request RFQ market to give you the tools. So if you can see that. So the first inquiry, you can see, I want 5 tons of the olive, and this client's from where and what I want. So the things like let's say if I want to explain my market to Mexico, or to like to Japan, I can filter those buyers. I only need the buyer from Japan or Mexico. So this is really powerful. You always can exchange your e-business card. You always can initiate some conversation with those big buyers, because you want those business contact, and think about, this is really valuable. How much money we're going to pay for those contacts? You have to go to trade shows. Probably they won't reach your booth, right? Or you have to go to third-party marketing a company or buying office to get those data, but that data probably is not real time, but everything on Alibaba.com is real time, is real. So if we go to next slide, you can see we just mentioned about the data is so important now. What is so important now in nowadays? Because the accurate data and the right data can make sure you won't spend you will spend the right resources in the right market, and the right data can make sure can project what is the top 10 products in next season. So you always know how you adjust your products, or you even can notify your product development team. Say, hey, let's say this style is it's going to be a trend for next quarter. Why don't we do something like that? So we're going to provide you all the data, all the tools to make sure you always, on demand. You're always in the trend. Everybody, make sure you have a successful business. So this is an example for you. So a lot of clients, they want to find a new market because you don't want to put all the risk in the same basket, right? So let's say for the food and beverage category, the top 10 countries buyers from United States, India, South Africa, France, and Germany. So the things like, you will understand, oh my God, if I'm in this industry, I can allocate a little bit resources in France, or I can allocate my resource a little bit in India, because they have a lot of buyers from there. Or I don't care about those countries. I only want to care about United States. So that's why it's going to affect my products development. I'm going to customize my products fit for this United States market more, or I'm going to change a little bit another product line to France. So this is really important data for you. And if you would dig a little bit more, so we're going to give you like a top 10 keywords, or we call like hot search keywords for the last past month. So in the food and beverage, if you can see the top one, the hot search chocolate, and I have a lot of chocolate products, but I didn't, or I haven't uploaded on Alibaba.com. And I know, oh God, now the buyers looking for chocolate, or they search for the keyword for chocolate. So I can automate my keywords. Let's say I have a flavor, I have a milk, I have a chocolate milk. So I will put the chocolate flavored milk, or I will put like chocolate cookies. So the things like you always know what's going on in the market. You always want to automate your keywords, and enhance, you can adjust your products to meet always ahead a lot of suppliers in this market, and you always on demand. For the next slides, it's like we're gonna talking about, it's not just keywords, about the category. For the big category, if you can see for past 90 days, or you can see the first category is popular on Alibaba.com is confectionery, second is beverage, and the third one is plant and animal oil. And as a buyer, let's say the food and beverage, I have some plant and animal oil products, but now I know, now it's probably a trend on Alibaba.com. I probably can do more about, or developing more like a plant oil on Alibaba.com, because this is a trend. This is a thing, we really mentioned about. We like to give you all the tools, all the data. If you I cannot say the name. So if you start from e-commerce platform, they won't give you all the data I just mentioned, that because you can have those a little bit data, but you're going to spend like $1,000 from third-party marketing agency. They're going to give it to you, but I'm going to give you the first hand, the real-time data on Alibaba.com to make sure you're going to have a successful business. And the third one is more keywords and market trends. For next slide. So the next slide is like we're going to give you a lot of analytics data. So a lot of our clients, why they join Alibaba.com, they don't care about anything of that. They only care about the data, because no one can provide this data in any other platforms. And the things like they want those data to make sure to understand the market better, to understand the product better, to understand the category they are in, the keywords, because they can automate their keywords, they can automate their products, and they can forecast their the next year, what kind of products the buyer needs, because we are the largest B2B and we're the longest B2B e-commerce platform so far. We have been running for 24 years. So this data is really big. They want that. They join Alibaba.com just for the data. And this is more data for for you. The things like we really want just like we want you equipped with all the weapons, all the tools to make sure every step of a business or e-commerce a business, even your physical brick and mortar store business, will be always on the trend. So for the next, and a lot of people will ask, how can I? So what about your buyers look like, right? So a lot of data, I'm sorry, I cannot share with you because it's our company privacy, but I can share with you our buyers. They have different tiers. If we can go to next slide, please. So the buyer can be the L0 to L4. So take L1 for buyer, for example. They have 4 tiers: silver, gold, platinum, and pro. So if you're on Alibaba.com, you can see the right-hand side here. We won't hide anything from you. Let's say if you find a buyer from RFQ Market, you're going to see their contact number, all the information, and you can import this. You can export this to your own CRM to integrate, just like a big circle, big ecosystem, part of your Omni-Channel strategy, right? The contact person, their website, and their phone number, and the things that you can understand the buyer, like how many days they log on Alibaba, and how many transactions they have. So this is always a data points for you, and you can contact all the buyer information. But not everything is the buyer going to reach you or reach their buyers. Okay, so now you probably will ask, how can I sell on Alibaba.com, or how can I join Alibaba.com? So we created a really seamless onboarding stages. So the first is like of course, we got to verify you as a business, whatever you are, the manufacturer, distributor, or wholesalers. So we got to upload some documents, and once you pass our business verification, all our onboarding team got to help you to create your mini site on Alibaba, and it depends on different package. We got to help you to upload your products, and then we got to assign your US-based account management systems to help you at least first year, because Alibaba.com, even myself, I'm learning every day. We update a lot of new system. Even we got an AI system to plug in now to automate your thing. So the things like you really need a person to hold your hand for the first year to teach you to walk through all the hardships, all the blockers. So the things that what the person is so important. They're going to automate your keywords, automate your storefront, and every week or every month, they're going to provide training, or they're going to diagnose your accounts. But in the growth stage, we still offer you online learning as well. We provide a course called Alibaba.com Seller Training e-courses. It's called STE course. So I'm sorry. On Alibaba.com, we have a lot of jargons, which I don't really like it, and we have a lot of abbreviation as well. So in this course, every topic, we have different topics. That's why we want you continuous to learn how you how you grow with Alibaba.com and how you utilize our platform. So, and the next, I just want to let you know one of our successful seller story, and enjoy the video. Okay, so this is one of, I'm sorry, let's do this first. So this is one of our great seller on Alibaba.com. It's called Skinny. They do they are the manufacturer for pasta, and they're based in the United States, Texas. So why they want to join Alibaba? Because they think it's really amazing. We help them to reach out a lot of business they never think of, they never think of, or even the geographically wise, even the different category wise, the things like we fill those gaps for them. They have a restaurant owner to contact them. They have a hotel contact them. They have the even the corner shop, the grocery shop to contact them. Those contact they never can reach out before. So let's watch the short clips. What they think about Alibaba.com can help them. Let's go next slide, please.
Creating a business is like hitting a base hit. Creating a brand is like hitting a grand slam. I'm a big advocate of creating a business first and then creating a brand around what your business looks like and then scaling that brand. The mission of Skinny is to bring as much low glycemic pasta to everyone who needs it as possible. There are so many people who have a dietary restriction or want to eat better but don't know how to get started. We make it easy. Our product is ready in 2 minutes and it's low glycemic. You don't have to make a radical lifestyle shift to eat better. You just have to put one foot in front of the other. We knew we had a product, but we had to make it a business. We had a decision of, do we want to just be an e-commerce business or do we really want to focus on retail? We wanted to be as available as all of the big players in pasta, and that means having a retail presence.
Yo, what's the Skinny? It's gluten-free. No way.
We've done a really good job at building our brand over the last 3 years, getting into retail stores, but within that, there are some gaps. And that's why we're really excited about Alibaba.com, because Alibaba.com is going to help us fill those gaps. On the digital side, I would love to see Alibaba.com start to replace a lot more of the business that we're doing from other platforms, quite simply because Alibaba.com doesn't have their hands in our pocket. We pay a platform fee, and they're not charging us per transaction. And we also have an opportunity to penetrate certain distributors that we wouldn't otherwise be able to reach through traditional retail sales channels. They're not listed, the bodegas in New York City, the stores in Chicago. Alibaba.com is one of the only ways that you can proactively try to get in front of those distributors that we're trying to get in front of. I think US-based sellers have a huge opportunity, specifically because there aren't that many of them. And we had a dedicated customer service success manager who was incredibly knowledgeable about the platform. And he honestly almost became a teammate. And I have no doubt that anyone else who is going through that process is going to have a similar experience. The most important piece of advice that I could give somebody would be to find something that means enough to you where you can have a singular focus on it and be very purpose-driven in what you're trying to create. When you have that, you will communicate more passionately, and you will also be more incentivized to stick with it through the hard times, and that's going to propel you to a bright future.
Okay, so this is just and we have a lot of different a seller story because different categories. So if you like, please just scan that QR code, and we have our YouTube channels, and you can learn from different sellers. They have different a point of view, how you do the business with Alibaba or how you success on on Alibaba. Please just scan that QR code if you like to learn more about Alibaba from those sellers. So for the next, it's how you join Alibaba.com to do a lot of, to start your business. We have 3 packages. So the most important, the 95% of our business, they will choose a premium, because this one is we're going to give you all the perks, we're going to provide all the tools, and I will call this a starter package though. And we're going to offer you the keyword advertisement credit. We're going to give you the traffic boost for the first 6 months, and we're going to offer you the local account manager support. So this is really starter package to make sure you're going to have a successful business on Alibaba.com for first year. And if you are the manufacturers, it's an invitation only. We're going to talk to you and make sure you are the manufacturers. But again, it's really, they have so many different type of business and different goals. We have only 3 package, but the things like if you want to start selling on Alibaba.com, it's no more than $300 a month. So it's really like minimal investment in terms of global market business. So the things like if you like to know more about our structure, our code structure, and then more about detail, please scan that QR code just right hand side, and please just schedule a free consultation with me or my team members. And we are more than happy to talk to you to understand your business. Even we just have a quick chat, the conversation to answer your questions. Okay, so now it's Q&A time. So I'm going to hand over to Jessica.
Yeah, well, we can let's look at to see what's going on. I see there's a few questions already, so let's take a look. So one of the questions here is by MIT LLC, and it says, how can we access this data on our own? So I think this probably refers to the part of the presentation that's talking about all those different dashboards and all the different markets and things.
So the things like if you want access to the data, you have to join Alibaba as a member, as a seller. So we cannot give to the free data to non-membership. So if you like, you can join Alibaba as a seller to access those data.
Right. I think one of our North American business development guy who you might have seen in some of our other webinars, his name is Mattia Miglio. Often he loves this story about how this big time pasta company called Barilla was they got an Alibaba.com seller membership, not because they were necessarily trying to list products on the platform, but because they wanted access to all the back end data. And in case it was not very clear, that kind of back end data is available to every person who signs up as a seller. So if you want to do that, then you can scan the QR code that's currently on the screen, and you can have a private meeting with Jim. His meeting link is also, his Calendly link is also in the chat if you want to click on it instead of scanning it. But yeah, so the really cool thing about Alibaba.com is that all that data is completely accessible through the My Alibaba seller backend, I guess.
Yeah, so MIT just mentioned you're already a member.
Yeah, interesting.
So our member is like a GGS, Gold Supplier member. So I don't know, you are the free member or pay member. So if the pay member is only, those data is only can be found by paid members. So you have to pay the membership fee. So if you have any question, can you just scan my QR code and then make an appointment with me, and we can talk more about that.
Interesting. If not, at the very least, you can have a meeting with Jim and he'll show you how to do it. If that's a continuous question. Hi, and Davis has a question. Hi, Jessica. We have an IT Omni-Channel. Ooh, we are installed on AWS Marketplace. It's a multi-channel communication with chat box by Messenger and WhatsApp. Can you help us to sell our solution by B2B or B2C? A long kind of complicated question.
Let me check. We installed that. So the things we're not AWS Marketplace though. So we can help you to sell your solution, but the things you have to list your a service on Alibaba.com. Let's say we have a lot of business service they do they do the biz service like a logistics or some like a marketing service or even some guarantee services. So the things like we have an intangible and a not
Tangible product.
yes. So the things like we would like to help you, but you have to list your products on Alibaba if you have that service. Because if you like to know more, because I want to know more about your business, like what kind of
we need more details.
yes, yeah, because I don't want to answer some, some things not really not related, or I'm just guessing it. So if you like, you can make an appointment with me or Jessica, and we can talk about more about this.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons why we like very, very much encourage people to book a meeting, because everyone's businesses are a little bit different, and sometimes it's a lot easier to give advice or figure out whether or not Alibaba.com is good for you if we know what your business goals are and what kind of products you have. So Oscar No has a question. It says, why best world buyers only like 30%? Where is the other 70%? I wonder which slide this was in response to. Is this, I wonder, hold on. Let's go back.
Oh,
I wonder, is it this part?
so if this part is like okay, thank you for your question. So the things like this is just for past 90 days, and the things like it's always change, and it's a category, it's food and beverage. But in the food and beverage, they have a lot of different products. Let's say beer, alcohol, etc. Right? And for 70%, for 70%, it's different data point, but we only give you like a top 10 bias country though. So if you think about this, a global marketplace, they have so many. We have 200 plus countries
and regions. There are also regions.
Yes. So the things like we won't be able to list everything. We only give you like a top 10 buyers, because this is one, the regions or countries you want to focus on.
So I guess it's like the proportion of buyers might be 10% or 11%. Like if we're only looking at the top buyer country, which is the US in this situation, and there's like 10.96% proportion of buyers, I think instead of thinking it was 10% out of 10 countries, it's like 10% out of 200 countries, which is like still a large portion of people all coming from the US. And then finally, Mary Ann Walsh has a question. I have an online store. I'm looking for suppliers who manufacture products in my niche. I'm drop shipping, and all customers are in the US. What is the best way for me to find suppliers willing to drop ship products to the US? Thank you.
Okay, Mary Ann, thank you for your question. This is a really hard question, and this question every day, a buyer asks me. So the things like because there's no ultimate solution for you though. So for this, so the things like you got to contact, because different suppliers, they have different capacities. Some of suppliers, yes, they got to help you to do the drop shipping, but most of the suppliers on Alibaba.com, they're looking for sell in bulk. So their buyers probably is more focused on the high MOQs. Even the lower MOQs, they're looking for the real retail shops. Let's say, or someone can repetitive to order them every month or every week. So I know a lot of drop shippers, they buy a lot of products and sell on Amazon or sell on other e-commerce platforms. So I really don't have those suppliers list on handy to let you know how you find those things. You just basically my tips, you got to find those suppliers, they have a lower MOQs. If they set up one container or 5,000 MOQs, that probably is not the one you want to talk to. You want to talk to the local suppliers who can provide the low MOQs. They probably can do that for you. I hope this is okay.
And then Jaime Asturiano has a question. Is there an API for Procurify SAS? Can I download my data?
The things like we work on that because Alibaba.com, we have our own system. So basically every data, it's gonna to log on your seller portal. You're going to, to do that. But you can export, you can download it as a PDF, like an industry report or some like a top 10 keywords. You can do, you can do that, but we don't have an API or any system can
cross systems or
to integrate to your system. I'm sorry about that because a lot of
issues.
It's about security. I know it's a lot of things, but we work on that, and we bring this, your opinion to our IT department. They review that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your questions.
But yeah, there are these really cool industry reports that you can download into a PDF form whenever you need to. And like, actually, I don't know if any of you guys are here from like our presentation at the National Hardware Show this past few months or so. Like, we did actually we got clearance to share some of the industry report data in our presentation that for the National Hardware Show. But if you sign up for a paid membership and a paid seller account, you will be able to download that data and access it whenever you wish. And like, it's constantly updating. That's the cool part about being on the internet. Okay, are there any other questions? We would like to, of course, respect everyone's time. So like, if you have more questions, this is maybe last minute time to submit them. Let me go back to this slide. And again, if you want to like book a meeting with Jim, again, we highly recommend you scan their QR code and schedule a meeting. You can also go into the chat and look for Jim's Calendly and also book a meeting there. There are a bunch of other useful links I've also sent into the chat that you can explore if you want to learn more about selling on Alibaba.com. Again, this webinar series happens every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. So if you want to learn more, you're always welcome to come back and visit our upcoming events page. No more questions? Looks like there are no more questions. All right, well, there are no more questions, then thank you very much. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for your time.